Well, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of all the pilots and spectators here at the YS Air and Space Expo, I would like to thank Indy for the fantastic show so far. Even with its few mishaps we've already had, but hopefully no more to come today. First off, let me introduce myself. I am Alpha Star. I will be taking you through today's demonstration flight of the Eurofighter Typhoon. Here at the Typhoon demonstration team, we strive to bring you the best performance we can, demonstrating the performance, agility and speed of the Eurofighter Typhoon. The aircraft is now making its way up to the active runway, and the pilot will perform the last of his pre-flight checks before we begin today's display. So please sit back, relax and enjoy the demonstration. The aircraft you see here today arrived in Tudorville only a week ago. It has spent the past week preparing and practicing the display for you today. So, I hope you enjoy the performance and there will be plenty of chances for some screenshots. So please be ready. We've now been informed the pilot has been cleared for takeoff by the tower as he unleashes the 20,000 pounds of thrust from the two Eurojet EJ200 engines, launching the aircraft up to 3,000 feet within a matter of seconds. And here he is now, lining up for his initial pass, ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the Eurofighter Typhoon FGR-4. The aircraft you see before you today has flown all the way from the 29th Squadron at RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire in the United Kingdom. Coningsby has been the home of the 29th Squadron for many years. It is one of the two quick reaction alert stations in the UK, the other being RAF Lossiemouth in Scotland. When an unidentified aircraft flies into British airspace, it is the job of these QRA stations to intercept and identify these aircraft before they become a threat. Which has happened on several occasions in the past few years alone. One aircraft flew into the UK flying without its transponder connected in the correct way, and therefore he was not identifying as an aircraft that it was. And in fact, the Eurofighters ended up going supersonic over the West Midlands, which then caused a lot of uproar, with lots of people saying that it completely ruined their Sunday afternoon. I guess it's the cost that we have to pay in order to be safe. But the Typhoon is actually the Royal Air Force's main air superiority aircraft, a role that may someday be taken over by the upcoming F-35 Lightnings, much to many pilots' distaste. The Typhoon has been a symbol of the Royal Air Force for the past 18 years. It joined active service with the iconic Harrier and Tornado in 2003. It very quickly became an aircraft of choice for the pilots within the RAF. So when it was announced the F-35 would be entering service alongside the Typhoon, many people, including myself, were very sceptical about its arrival. Even with the F-35, the Typhoon will always remain one of the greatest looking aircraft in history, as well as one of the best performing. There aren't many aircraft in the skies today that can challenge the Eurofighter, even if it is slightly older and not quite as modern as some of these other fighters. The Typhoon FGR-4 you see here today, as we mentioned earlier, is the current aircraft of the 29th Squadron. Previous aircraft have included the Mosquito, the F-4 Phantom, and the Tornado F-3s. The Typhoon is a canard delta wing design, as you can see, which actually means it's highly agile. In fact, the aircraft was originally designed as a dogfighter, but later life saw it fitted with air-to-surface missiles, including the Storm Shadow and the Brimstone, which created the multi-role fighter we have seen today. Demonstrating a very slow pass with its undercarriage down and its very slow manoeuvrability, performing because of all the inboard electrics, which means it's not just fast and agile, but can actually control these lower speeds extremely well. But it does come at a bit of a cost. The Typhoon, without its onboard computers, would not be able to fly. This plane, being its delta wing canard design, actually makes it inherently unstable and requires a lot of computing in order just to fly. But not to fear, the Typhoon's onboard computers are extremely advanced and is coped with this for many years and will always continue to cope with the problems that the Typhoon may encounter. With the Typhoon's advanced capabilities, it is actually known as a 4.5 generation fighter, which means it has the ability to deploy current and foreseeable advanced armaments. The 4th generation fighters such as the F-14 and the Tornado have been retired from service over the past few years, as they get replaced by more modern and advanced aircraft. The Tornado's role in the RAF will mainly be replaced by the F-35 Lightnings. The F-14s were replaced by the FA-18s, which have taken over their role on the US aircraft carriers. We are now kind of summing up the performance from today. We've seen many great things from the Eurofighter Typhoon in front of us. We've seen some low flying, we've seen some slow flying, and we've also seen some incredibly fast flying. But this will now be your last chance to get some epic screenshots of this incredibly beautiful aircraft, as the pilot is now beginning to conclude today's demonstration. He'll prepare the landing sequence of the Typhoon and will enter a circuit for runway 36, then making his approach onto the runway. And there we have it, the Typhoon has concluded today's demonstration. The aircraft is now on circuit and is preparing to land, so don't forget to get some nice screenshots of the aircraft landing, with its beautiful and iconic air brake just behind the cockpit, which slows the aircraft down considerably. But if that doesn't do it, the aircraft does also have a parachute recovery system, which means when it is coming in a little bit too fast and needs to stop very quickly, it can deploy a parachute out of the tail end, which will stop the aircraft perfectly fine. But the chances of actually having to use that are very slim, as we'll have to repack the parachute, and we don't want to be doing that today, because we just kind of want to sit by the beach here in Florida, which is an absolutely beautiful area, and the Typhoon has been very welcome. And we thank everybody over here in the United States for its warm welcome. And so there we have it, folks. The Typhoon from the 29th Squadron is now making its final approach. I do hope everybody has enjoyed the demonstration today, and please don't forget to give the pilot a wave on his way past. Thank you everybody for being such a fantastic audience to fly and speak for today. I will now hand the microphone back over to Indy for the rest of today's performances. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the show. And just to make sure nobody thinks that I was making fun or anything, this was pre-recorded, so just so you know. But either way, enjoy the rest of the show.